What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live, also known as FitKim when it comes to talking about health, nutrition, wellness, fitness, you just feeling your best self, just to do those actions, take those steps every day to do what you can to move the needle on your health and wellness. So today we are going to talk about my favorite anti-inflammatory foods. I was actually going to do this in my group Rockin' the Fab Life, but I thought I'll do it on my FitKim page because we are approaching 10,000 likes. Okay, so when we get to 10,000 likes on FitKim, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a giveaway, okay? You know I love giving stuff away, so what you wanna do is you wanna like this page and you wanna share it. Share it on your page and put, go like Kimberly's page, go like FitKim, and that way your friends can go ahead and like it, and we can get to that 10,000 number because we are close, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're only like 20 away of 10,000 page likes, which is really fun. So we're gonna talk about anti-inflammatory foods today. So what I'm gonna have you do is put 1 in the comments if you're watching this live, put 2 if you're watching the replay. If you're new and you've never seen my videos before, welcome. So excited to have you. I am a nutritionist. I've been a nutritionist for 18 years. I gained over 40 pounds in college and I was on 5 different medications. My family, you know, just like a typical American girl, there's lots of health issues. And so on my own, I was able to overcome and get off all those medications, overcome 12 different medical issues. And it's been 18 years of me living my life in an optimal way. I'm very much about living, doing things that you can stick with. So whatever changes you make, making those changes for the long haul. What are the things that you can stick with, right? I'm not very restrictive or telling you how many calories to eat and things like that. That's just not my jam. But I am all about the foods that can make the magic happen. So we're going to talk about superfoods right now, anti-inflammatory foods specifically. So go ahead and put 1 in the comments if you're watching this live, put 2 if you're watching the replay, and if you're new, put new in the comments. Also, if you share this out, we want to break that 10,000 mark for the FitKim likes, share it out and put share in the comments. And if you're in the weight loss challenge, we're losing weight, we're losing inches, we're gaining muscle, we're losing body fat. If you're in the challenge, you guys, we're on day 4 of the 30-day weight loss challenge. Put in the comments, I'm rocking the challenge. I want to know how you guys are doing. We're just getting great reports. Even we did a water challenge, a sugar challenge. I mean, such profound results from it. 30 days of focus on you living your best life is going to make magical difference. It's going to help you get ready for summer and just feel really good. So in the group Rockin' the Fab Life is where the 30-day challenge is. So hopefully you guys are in there. If not, hop in there. You can still jump in. We're giving away over $1,000 in prizes this month for those that are challenging, which is really cool. Okay, anti-inflammatory foods. All of you have heard of the words anti-inflammatory. It has now really become a buzzword. It's kind of mainstream. This is what I want you to remember with anti-inflammatory foods. We are all inflamed. Every single one of you watching this is inflamed. How do you know? Unless you're perfect, you're inflamed, okay? Now, there's chronic inflammation, which has its place. Acute inflammation. So if you get stung by a bee or bit by a red ant, which I do sometimes here in Austin, Texas, oh, Jessica, I'm glad you're loving the challenge. When I get bit by a red ant, I'm highly allergic. My foot swells up. It's like a hot mess, guys. My foot is inflamed. That's chronic. That's to protect me. That's a good thing. Acute, my Lord. Give this girl some focus here. Acute is short term and it's needed, okay? It's your body's way of protecting you. Chronic inflammation is no bueno. It is not good. When you have chronic inflammation left in your body unchecked, you will develop disease. I will repeat that, and that's a bold statement, okay? And everything I'm sharing with you is for educational purposes only. This is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. This is just me telling you what I know. But I will tell you this. When your body is inflamed, it's irritated, and that goes on and on and on. Eventually, it turns into a problem. Okay, so before somebody's diagnosed with something serious, or even blood pressure medication, diabetes, all the things, before that happens, we've got chronic inflammation. So this is why I love food, you guys. You can eat foods that are anti-inflammatory that can literally reduce or reverse the chronic inflammation. Yeah, it's in your hands. I believe that the majority of things that people struggle with are food, diet, and lifestyle related. I don't think we need to be worried so much about our genetics and things like that. I really think we can take it into our own hands, which is inspiring. It's exciting. It's liberating. Okay, so I could talk about this all day long. So I've got my notes here. So I'm gonna share with you my favorite anti-inflammatory foods. The good news is you can get pretty much all of these at the grocery store. There's a couple you might have to go to like a Whole Foods for, but overall you should be able to get most of them, okay? And if you have any to add, there are hundreds of foods that are anti-inflammatory, okay? So when you think of anti-inflammatory, I want you to think of foods that are high in antioxidants, they're high in phytonutrients, whenever you see that really beautiful color. So when you're at the grocery store, you guys, shop with your eyes. Like, oh my gosh, when I like look at a pomegranate and I cut that baby open and there's that beautiful color, I am just like, I'm so happy, okay? So the first one, this is really important, are hemp, chia, and flax seeds. Now this is why. We are supposed to consume 1 part omega-3 and 1 part omega-6 in our diet. That's just nature, okay? The average American, and I know some of you are watching that aren't in the US, but we're kind of the worst of it, and so you, to some degree, you're experiencing this in your culture. We are 18 parts omega-6 in our diet and 1 part omega-3. We are so freaking far off the mark, it's crazy. You know how you see like sunflower oil and all these lovely magical ingredients? That's to keep the shelf life of that product longer. Those are omega-6. They're very inflammatory. Canola oil, I mean, come on. So they put that freaking stuff on everything, right? So with this high amount of omega-6, it's very inflammatory. So if you just look at your diet and you clean up and get those omega-6s out, add in the omega-3s, it will be transformative, okay? So these 3 foods that I mentioned, hemp, chia, and flax, are very high in omega-3. Some of the highest, ounce for ounce, I would say the highest in the world. Yeah. Now this is one thing I want to tell you. If you have any gut issues, by the way, just put supplements in the comments if you need some support, or if you've been watching my videos and you're like, okay, I need Kimberly to help me. I will message you on the back end, because we all need some gut support, okay? If you have gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, acid reflux, indigestion, we've got some gut issues going on. If you suspect allergies, food allergies, autoimmune, even leaky gut, all that stuff, I want you to do ground flax seeds, okay? Your body just can't handle the whole husk there, okay? So I put those things on all kinds of stuff. They're really good, all those things, okay? Next is oily fish, such as wild-caught Alaskan salmon, not farm-raised. Don't do that. Even if it's organic, go watch a video. You'll never eat it again, okay? Wild-caught Alaskan salmon or a cousin, such as trout. What we're looking for is fish carry their oils in their liver or their skin. Most of you are not going to eat the liver, right? I mean, maybe, I don't. In the skin, if the omega-3s are in the skin, you're going to get those benefits with fish such as salmon that carries their oil in their skin. Okay, I recommend wild-caught Alaskan salmon. If you guys are in the 30-day challenge in our group, Rockin' the Fab Life, we're doing a 30-day weight loss challenge. Click the files tab. I have over 160 recipes in there, and one of them is a salmon recipe. It's so good. I mean, it's just like awesome. Okay, next are my spices. Again, potency, color, the smell should be intense. So we're talking turmeric, cayenne, cumin, rosemary, paprika, right? Anything that's got some punch to it, those are extremely anti-inflammatory. So when you're cooking, what I do is I make it my goal to not use dressings, to not use sauces, to not use creams. And I do it because I want to flavor it up with spices, because I believe in the power. I mean, just the, amazing, okay? So what you want to do is really just think to yourself, you know what, there are websites and even apps, I bet, that you could type in what seasonings go with, let's say you're making pork or something, what seasonings go with blank, and then it's going to give you a list, okay? Cod, okay, we'll have to talk about that one-on-one. Okay, I have another live after this, so I'm just gonna whip through these. So spices galore, okay? Next is ginger. Now this is a really cool thing. What you can do is take, boil some water, enough to make your teacup. Take half of ginger root. You don't even have to peel it. I think you maybe want to peel it though. It might be a little bit better just to get it in there. So we're gonna peel it. Half an inch of ginger root, put it in your water or cup, pour the boiled water over there and let it steep for 5 minutes. Steeping is where it just sits and kind of marinates. All the ginger is going to get into the water. You can discard the ginger, drink the tea, and you have ginger tea. You just made it yourself. Very, very medicinal, okay? Anti-inflammatory galore. The next one is garlic. This is one of my favorite foods, and this is why. When you think of a peach or an apple, which is great for you, it has maybe 20, 25 nutrients in it. Of what we know of that we've discovered, garlic has over 100 nutrients, you guys. I mean, that's incredible. I was researching all the longest living cultures in the world for that have the most centurions are people who live over 100, and they're all in random places. There's like no rhyme or reason. I wanted to see what were they eating. Garlic, every single one of them. Garlic is a staple in their diet. The next one is cruciferous vegetables. So vegetables have families. the ones that come from the cruciferous family are the most anti-inflammatory. So broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, dark leafy greens such as kale and spinach. I like to just throw them in a smoothie. I just shove them in there. For dinner, we always usually pick one of the cruciferous vegetables. Here's a hack for you guys. Green smoothie is take half a cup of frozen broccoli, make sure it's organic, half a cup of frozen broccoli, and put it in your smoothie. You'll never even taste it. As long as you put some fruit in there to offset it, you're getting it in there every day. I can't remember the book. I think it was, I'm not gonna guess because I cannot think of it, but I was reading a book by a doctor, and he's very like into whole foods and plant-based. He said the science has shown that cruciferous vegetables have triple the potency to ward off and fight things like cancer. So again, this is not a medical, I'm not saying anything, it's just educational, what I'm learning. But you could eat 1 cup of broccoli or 3 cups of some other vegetable. Why not just eat the broccoli, right? Cruciferous vegetables. Next is extra virgin olive oil. Now let me tell you a little secret about olive oil. Most of them are rancid. So when you think about oils, most of them are very, they're not so shelf stable. They don't do well for, they get bad, rancid really very easily, especially the ones that don't do well with high temperatures. So think of like flax oil and olive oil. So when you open it up, smell the bottle, okay? It should smell fresh and good. If it smells a little old, you don't know when those freaking olives were picked and it's over in, Italy or somewhere, and by the time they ship it here, depending on where you live, what you can do is you can look on the bottle and it's going to tell you a pick date. It should be within the last 6 months. It's gonna say these olives were picked on blah, blah, blah date. There's a date on there. Otherwise, if you can find something local, I live in Austin, so we have some, actually I live right by an olive farm, imagine that. And so I just go there and get my olive oil, but you could do organic, that would be another option. I want you to open it, I want you to smell it. It should be like fresh and good and it should smell awesome. Extra virgin olive oil, it doesn't withstand heat well, so I use grapeseed oil or coconut oil if I'm gonna use something where I'm baking it or whatever. Lightly saute or straight fresh, okay, on a salad. Lemon juice, olive oil, black pepper, sea salt is my dressing for every salad. Next is red grapes, and the reason why we want the red grapes is because of that beautiful color in the skin. The pigment is from resveratrol, that's the active compound. It's also found in red wine, pomegranates. Think heart health, cardiovascular, blood pressure, like it's just so good for your body. So red grapes are gonna be an awesome anti-inflammatory food. Next one is tart cherries. Specifically, you can get the tart cherry juice, you just drink a little bit. It's like more of a supplement. That is really helpful if anyone has any joint issues, achy from like arthritis or inflammation or even an autoimmune. The tart cherry juice, the research is really, really awesome. The next one is apples. And here's a little cool thing about apples. If you consume an apple on the way to dinner or some kind of party at somebody's house, if you consume the apple on the way there, eat the apple before the meal. Studies have shown that the person eats an average of 200 to 300 calories less, including the apple, than if they didn't eat the apple. Put it in your bag. It's pretty awesome. Next is any berry. Any freaking berry. Blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, I don't care. Anything that says berry, you eat that, and that's anti-inflammatory. Next is green tea. Obviously, a lot of people know it's one of the highest antioxidant foods, and antioxidants have a rating, like a scale. The ORAC rating is one of the highest in the world. So green tea. Next is sweet potatoes. So make sweet potato fries, bake those sweet potatoes. I found this recipe, it was with lentils, but it was a sweet potato, like a sloppy joe. It's actually really good. So sweet potatoes are anti-inflammatory. They're also really high in carotenoids, which is really great for your eye health. And they also are really high in, I think, vitamin C, maybe. Cinnamon. So if you want to season, add something to make it sweeter, you can put it in your smoothies, you can put it in coffee, you can put it on oatmeal. When you're baking, see if there's ways that you can make it taste good with cinnamon versus sugar. The next one is nuts. Any nut except for peanuts. I know. Everybody watching this is like, oh, I don't know about you, FitKim. You can still have peanuts, peanut butter. I'll tell you how. But as far as anti-inflammatory, all the peanuts are very beneficial except for peanuts, because most peanuts, 90% of them are grown on the ground. The mold content is through the roof. So if you know anyone who has allergies or any issues, that's why it's one of the top 8 allergens in the world. Some schools have signs that you can't even bring it into the school because kids will have anaphylactic issues. It's because of the mold in it. It also has something called a flaxotoxin in it. You might want to Google it. It is like a toxin within the peanut. So when you consume it, your body has it has an inflammatory response, basically. There are peanuts out of Arizona called Valencia peanuts. Those ones are not grown on the ground, so those are fine in my opinion. Also, if you really have to have your peanut butter, get it organic at the very least. And I actually personally love almond butter and cashew butter. I really, if you ever wanted to get me a gift, it's probably expensive to ship, is cashew butter. Like I would just put it up on the pantry shelf so my family couldn't access it. And last but not least, my favorite food. Any guesses? Avocado. Where are my avocado lovers? It has the perfect balance of omega-3 to omega-6. It's 1-to-1. It tops the charts for folate, manganese, magnesium, vitamins, minerals. I mean, the healthy fats in it are so good for you. You guys, when I used to commute to the health club and I had to I brought my food every day. When I was desperate, running out of time, I have a green smoothie every single day. And then my other meal of the day, I would cut an avocado in half and sprinkle lime juice on it with sea salt. And I'd eat the freaking thing right out of there. Addison, I swear this is why this kid is freaking so smart. As Christy Dully is visiting right now, and she's like, Addison's like really smart. Like, I know. The child grew up, her first year of life is every meal she had a freaking avocado. I put an avocado and a banana in her bag, and that's what that kid ate. Like she was like 1 and 2 years old. Loves avocado, and it can really help with the good fats. Your brain is 60% fat. Heart health, all those things, guys. Okay, fat is not bad, fat is good. And that was my last one, okay? So I hope that helps. What I want you guys to do is make sure you're in Rockin' the Fab Life. Get in there in that group. We have a weight loss challenge going right now. Every day we're gonna have inspiration, motivation, all kinds of things to keep you pumped up. Share this video out, and I want you to like this page. If you don't like FitKim, you're not gonna know the next time I go live, okay? And we wanna break that 10,000 mark so I can do a giveaway. Now, for those that are entrepreneurs, I'm actually heading over to the Gold Diggers of Network Marketing. It's a group I have for those that are more advanced with their network marketing. They wanna do maybe some personal branding and things like that. We're actually gonna talk about your worth, your value, because the way you're showing up, you're kind of screwing yourself a little bit. You might be doing all the things that we teach, but if you don't value yourself, you're subconsciously sabotaging yourself pretty much. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk to Christy about it. She's going to come in here. And then we're on Central Time at noon. I'm going to be on my business page, The Gold Digger Girl. I'm interviewing Rhonda Madrid. Yeah, because she's freaking B-A-D. Well, I guess I don't have to spell that out. Bad A-S-S. So come on over there as well, and I'll see you guys then. Have a great one. Bye.